We are a SportAdo center in Lausanne at CHUV, the University Hospital of Lausanne, and I'm the head of the center. It's a new center, innovative center for youth people, youth athletes like you in Lausanne, and we are looking for treat and make some prevention around sports and medical supervision. Okay, so our will is to it's my first slide is to develop the health for performance concept. So what is the health for performance? We are absolutely sure that performance without health, global health, long-term health is nothing. So first, before to be competitive, you need to be in a good health. What is in good health? I'm sure you are absolutely sure you are, all of you, in good health. Maybe yes, I hope so. But what we want is to be sure of that, and be sure that there is nothing coming in the next weeks, months, years who will stop you in your career. And that's why we're here today, to speak about some tips and tricks about youth, sports, and good health. Suzanne is the head of the physio in the center. She's Suzanne Gard, who has a huge experience in sports physiotherapy, and she will show you what we can do about handball and good practice, okay? And I am a doctor. I'm a surgeon, a knee surgeon. So that's after operate a knee after another that I choose to change a little bit my focus and to go to more prevention, to help you not to come to me at the operative theater to make ACL plasty, for example, okay? So that's an example, but there are lots. So, welcome. It's okay? Everything understandable? Okay.
Yes.
Good. Perfect. Who say yes? You. Okay. What's your name?
Laurent.
Laurent. Welcome. Welcome, Laurent. So why this? What is this meeting today, Laurent? And the other, and Robin and all. Tell me, it's a discussion between us and you. It's not a course, formal course. Okay? Sorry? Oui, bien sûr.
La prévention des blessures.
Blessures, ok, c'est un premier point. D'autres choses, vous pensez? Something else? Yes? Oui?
Se développer plus rapidement les meilleures manières.
Ouais. C'est quoi la meilleure manière alors? Plus d'exercices, plus de. L'entraîneur, vous allez
Il faut se concentrer plus sur la qualité que la quantité.
Ok, bravo. Il y a une slide là-dessus, on verra. Ok, oui.
Maintenir une bonne santé.
Bonne santé, ouais. Pourquoi? T'es enrhumé? Non. Vous avez vu le Covid, hein, ça n'aide pas beaucoup à avancer. Donc on doit prévenir ces choses-là. Là, on n'a pas vraiment vu venir, hein, mais les prochaines, the next wave, we have to change. Ok, good. Bon, je vais faire à moitié en français, à moitié en anglais. Une chose, il faut faire des signes parce que c'est trop en français. Donc on a, we work on this health for prevention concept, okay? We want to put that in sports for youth people like you, because it's the time, maybe before, maybe from 10, we have to speak about that, and not waiting to be adult, because before it's better for us. And you can see we made a meeting like this with young people and the parents during the Youth Olympic Games. I was the doctor in the games, and we spoke about sports growth. Is it okay? With health and performance. Okay? Donc, on parle un peu toujours de ce genre de choses, et puis ça amène à beaucoup de discussions différentes. Alors pourquoi cette réunion? Okay. Growth, puberty, you are all in this period, okay? good practice. Quelqu'un a dit ça, ok. Blessure, on va parler aussi. Pourquoi? Because severe injury is maybe the loss of all your season. Okay, for 60% of people is that a knee, some concussion or multiple concussion, une commotion, ok. Une lésion d'épaule. Suzanne est une spécialiste, elle vous en parlera, je pense que je fais extra. Et puis surcharge, or overload injury is more than the half of our consultation. And overload injury is something coming very slowly, and that's why you need to know when it's the good time to go to the doctor, to the physio, to check and to be sure your knee pain or your elbow pain is, your shoulder pain, elbow too, is nothing or almost nothing, or is the beginning of a big problem. Okay? It could happen.
Can I ask a
Yes.
question? Who of you suffered an injury last season?
Yeah.
Okay. And was it for more than 1 week of loss of training? Yes?
Plus d'une semaine, vous avez perdu plus d'une semaine potentiellement?
More than 1 month? Yeah, okay. More than 3 months? Yeah, still. Yeah, okay, so that's a lot. So we have to prevent that. Okay.
What is important is what we are doing today here is to give you some information, and because you are a future ambassador for the youngest one, like maybe some of your teachers, trainer of the camp. There was a place before, and now there are a trainer that I am happy to see them in the room, because the message is very important to follow together. Okay? Alors, les, bon, il y a un peu beaucoup de lumière, mais what do you think about that? This both picture. There is the under 16 team of basketball, USC basketball. Qu'est-ce que vous pensez? What do you feel? Est-ce que ça vous interpelle? Quelque chose que vous trouvez normal ou pas normal? What is strange? Yes?
Il y a des gens de toutes les tailles.
De toutes les tailles, d'accord. Ils ont tous le même âge, d'accord? C'est une catégorie, hein. C'est comme vous êtes dans des catégories. Il y en a qui sont avantagés, il y en a qui ne sont pas avantagés du tout. Chacun peut avoir des types de blessures. Ok, ça c'est. There is a Spanish basketball team, and you can trust me, all these guys are the same age, okay? All under 14. Okay, but this one is not the father of the other. It's real under 14 guy. He's 2 meters tall, okay? But yeah, it's an exception. It was there for the basketball team. He's a very good player, okay? You put him just in front of the basket and he has just to do that. So, ça peut être un problème, ça. Pour qui ça peut être un problème?
Pour le
Oui?
Pour le parce que c'est lui qui va devoir assumer le plus.
Okay.
The
big guy. The biggest problem is about the biggest guy. Sure? I'm not sure because he has the pressure, but with the other, there is no pressure. You can feel like this with the guy. Oh, okay? But it's a problem because in the growth, you can see there is here a peak of growth. Some of you are at the end, some of you are in the middle. But you can see from 11 to 16, that's for girls. Boys are a little bit later. But you have a peak of growth, 1 centimeter for months, sometimes for 14 months, so 15 centimeters in almost 1.5 years. It's huge, okay? It's like this, okay? In your legs for the most part of that. So it's a big turnover in the bones. And it's like 5G, okay? It's very fast, but if it's a problem, it could be a big problem. Okay. Which kind of problem you can see during growth? What are the main changes in the body or
Les articulations.
Ok, les joints, les articulations, d'autres parties, vous êtes blessé, vous pouvez être à risque d'être blessé. Okay.
Moi, je sais pas, je pense au dos directement.
Le dos,
Ouais,
le back.
un moment directement.
Ok, oui. Good. Suzanne?
Faites autour des genoux, ça vous dit quelque chose? Est-ce que-
Il y en a qui ont mal au genou là aujourd'hui. Qui a mal au genou? Je vais être plus haut, que je ne vois pas bien les trucs qui sont comme ça. Ils ont un tout petit peu mal au genou ou ils ont... Ok. Pour nous, c'est...
C'est jumper's knee, c'est le jumper's knee, le osgood latéral.
On va en parler, ouais. Pour nous, c'est traumatique. C'est plus de 50% des consultations, c'est des problèmes de genoux. Bon, maintenant, la croissance, il y a des développements différents. You can have early maturers or late maturers. Okay? Il y en a qui grandissent avant, qui font leur pic de croissance avant les autres. C'est pour ça que sur la photo, il y a une très grande différence. Okay. Les garçons, ils sont en retard. Hein? Boys are about 2 years later than girls. For a lot of things. Okay. But we have also other problems with like neuromotor trouble because you have big legs, big arms, but you don't know what to do with. Okay? It's too big for you, so you are
Clumsy.
clumsy, exactly. And for most of the girls, hyperlaxity or hypermobility could be a problem, and one more problem. And for boys,
What is hypermobility?
why?
What
What is hypermobility? Okay. No? Oui?
When we are hyper. Ah oui, ah oui, c'est qu'on est très mobile, c'est-à-dire.
C'est-à-dire que tu bouges très vite comme ça?
Non, surexcité.
Surexcité? Non, c'est pas ça. L'hypermobilité, c'est l'articulation. L'articulation, elle va bouger plus, elle va être un peu trop souple si on veut comme ça. C'est pas une articulation de cette ça peut poser des problèmes. Ça peut être pratique pour certains sports. For some activities, it could be a plus, but not.
C'est des gens qui arrivent par exemple à toucher leur pouce avec le poignet par exemple. Les genoux qui vont un peu en arrière, les coudes qui vont en arrière comme ça. On peut avoir une hyperlaxité.
Ok. Bien. Donc ça, on revient. We come back to the problems. And you told me already some clues about problems.
Alors, ça marche?
Okay? Just ask questions if you can. So, no problem. We got time.
German?
For the Germans?
Yeah, it's like they should
Look,
really French.
We have a lot of overload, okay? And what are the risks in overload injury? You will see there is, this is better with pictures, but there is a big bag, okay? It's a little dark, but it's a big bag. There is different types of overload, okay? Overload in terms of training. That is a problem sometimes because if you are doing a training, it's not good example this week, but this week will be a big gray line for 1 week. You are doing a lot of training session for 1 week. It's a special camp, not a week, I have to share, I know. But after that, if you have a recovery time, enough recovery time, you will have a super compensation about what you did. You use a lot of energy in that, but if you have enough recovery time after your camp, you will be in positive, okay? You understand that, or it's too difficult?
Do you know what is the best tool you have to recover? Yeah, sleep. Yeah, sleep is the best tool to recover. So you have to get enough sleep and a good sleep.
So if you are doing training session, I don't know your organization here. I hope David and the team did good. But I don't know. I hope. But if you
tell us if they perform.
Yeah, but you don't send me the schedule and the program, so I don't know. But if you are doing that in many times, you will see that all the training session will improve your fitness and all your different type of fitness. Okay, if you do that in a good timeline, it will be absolutely positive for you, even if you are doing twice a day a training. But I know just before to come, you want to sleep, okay, to rest a little bit, and it's very important also. Okay, so someone tell that, train smarter, not harder. Okay, you have to train hard, we know that, it's important. You have to train a lot, but smarter. It's the term. Because if you are not doing that, and you have not enough recovery, or too hard training session, or too close, you will come to overtraining. Some of you, or all the team, sometimes. Okay? Et si on est en surentraînement, on n'est pas du tout compétitif. D'accord? On est au-delà des limites. Donc c'est hours per week, the hours plus per week. C'est la même chose, the number of training, number of hours, but also all the same movement. In some sports you are doing always the same, okay? And your shoulder, know that. Your knee are knowing that also. You need recovery and another time smarter and harder. Yeah, they start the fatigue. They are grading in fatigue. First grade is normal fatigue. Okay, if you train a lot for one day or the other, if you have a competition for a weekend, the Monday and Tuesday you have to have recovery because your body needs to correct the fatigue. Otherwise, you will be in the yellow box or in the red for if it's happened a long time. You see, the yellow box is surmenage, I don't know in English, overreaching maybe, and overreaching is more than fatigue. It's a limit stage before to be overtrained. Overtraining sometimes is the loss of 1 year to recover. 1 year you need to recover after another training. Okay? So it's a big problem if your team is waiting for you. Okay?
How do we know that we are in the surentraînement box?
Yeah.
What are the symptoms?
There are a lot of symptoms. Help me? On dit, il y a des symptômes de fatigue? Oui? Peut-être pas quotidienne, mais en tout cas plusieurs blessures à la suite, ça c'est un signe de fatigue ou de surentraînement. Ouais. Une autre?
Peine à concentration.
Ouais, ok. Il y a un gros côté mental. We need also mental health, because if you are not with a good mental and very clear, injury can come too. Not only with the body fatigue, but the health fatigue, the mental health fatigue also. Okay. Oui.
Des fractures de fatigue.
Fracture de fatigue, ok. Juste. C'est quoi une fracture de fatigue? What is a stress fracture? Do you know? Stress fracture?
C'est une fracture qui vient parce que justement on est trop dessus.
Oui.
Surcharge.
It's an overload fracture. It's not it's a break, but not a break with displacement of bones.
What did you say?
Always being tired.
Always
Yeah.
be tired. Yeah, wake
Yes,
up.
exactly.
When you wake up, you're tired already.
Even if you sleep normally, you will die
Yeah.
in the next day. Sure.
And then you will have less performance, less and less performance at school, in sports.
Oui.
Et du coup, c'est après combien de temps? Je sais pas, c'est après 5 entraînements par semaine, 4 entraînements maintenant qu'on est en surentraînement?
Bonne question. C'est sur une durée.
Il y a des gens qui ne seront jamais en horaire, qui s'entraînent autant que quelqu'un d'autre. Une sera en surentraînement, l'autre pas. Ça dépend de sa capacité. Tu peux avoir des ennuis aussi de famille ou de cœur ou d'autres choses qui font que tu n'arrives plus à supporter en fait. Tout.
C'est ce qui est difficile justement, c'est quand quelques-uns dans l'équipe n'arrivent pas à suivre le même rythme parce qu'ils ont d'autres soucis, d'autres problèmes, d'autres antécédents peut-être, d'autres blessures. Et ça peut être un problème. What we know that the quantity of workload or training is very important if you increase the volume of your training more than 10% for a week. You will be in this side, and you can see there is the overload from one week to another, and the high is the number of injuries. So till 10% a week there is some injury like normal. It's the baseline here, but if you go about beyond the red line, you will see that your training load will provoke a lot of injury, more than 70%, so it's more than almost double. Okay, and you have to keep in this green spot because not enough activity is not good at all. Okay, for the injury, people not with no training have a lot of injury, and with too much training too. Okay, so the goal is to keep in this green side. Okay,
how do we find out how many trainings we can do to be the green side?
Yeah, there is not one number like this. It's a group of organization, like I told you before, with recovery, with you don't have to make training for 2 hours. You know, you don't do that here. Even in a camp, in a specialization camp, if you do very good for 1 hour, I think it's a good training, maybe 1.5 hours. But after that, you have to stop and do something else, and not only for 10 minutes, but maybe for 2 hours. Okay.
That's the job of the coach, actually, to ask the players how they feel about the training, how it was it hard, was it not hard, and then he will adjust according to the games and competition. Usually you should have an increase in training and then a break, and then an increase in training and a break. But that's not your job.
But it's the same with the stress. Okay, you know that not enough stress is not good for your activity, but too much is the same. You have to keep the green line or the green side, the green box is in the middle. A little enough stress, but not too much. Okay. Vous avez des questions? Ça vous parle un petit peu ou c'est complètement... Oui. Alors, des questions pour vous. Si on fait recovery, the minimum, how much is it for a week? How much recovery in 1 week? Not maybe this week, but a normal week, a standard week, and in a year. For the week, how much days of recovery you need? Maybe. What do you think? 1? 2, 2, 3, hein? Okay, 2 is the right number. 2 is the minimum. Okay, normally till 16 you need 2 days off of activities. You can go. Sorry.
What does it mean?
It means no.
So no activity.
Exactly. Normally is no activity. It's I don't know. Make music. You can.
20 minutes a day.
Yeah, maybe 20 minutes of jogging is okay, but not a training, not a real, comment dire, on va pas vraiment faire un entraînement de force non plus à côté. C'est vraiment des jours où on laisse récupérer. Alors après je vais dire pourquoi. Et dans l'année, for a year, combien il faudrait laisser? Un mois, ok, 1 month. Oui. 3. C'est entre deux, hein, normally it's 2 months. 2 months in a year and normally 2 times 1 month, 4 weeks. Why? Pourquoi on veut faire ça? C'est pas pour dire toi tu aimes beaucoup le handball, donc arrêtez un mois. Pourquoi? Why this recovery time is important? Juste après la question. Moi,
Pour éviter la surcharge.
Oui?
Et les blessures.
Oui. Ok. Pourquoi? Pourquoi on évite les blessures? Oui, ok, on évite les blessures sur la vie, mais pourquoi on évite les blessures? Why are we avoiding the injuries with recovery? Oui.
Parce que notre niveau stade.
Donc, oui, alors là, on n'est pas dans la compétition, là, on est vraiment dans le... Mais oui, enfin, ça va améliorer ton niveau de compétition. But why? What's happened during recovery in your body? Nothing?
Yeah, yes, they also need to grow, to develop the bones and the muscles maybe or something.
Yes, okay. It's healing. You know what is healing? Réparation. Okay, you have your room. Okay. Your room normally is not completely clean, normally, for most of you, I think. If you are not cleaning your room every day, in 10 days, it's a mess, no? Yes, okay. So in 1 month, you don't know where are your things in your room, okay? If every day or every week you take 2 days to make a little cleaning in your room, in 1 month it will be a room suitable, okay? You understand my image, my illustration? C'est vraiment ça, hein, si on ne laisse pas du temps encore. The body is doing the same. The body is repairing every day, but you have to let him the time to do it. Okay? If you go to the garage with your car and you have 10 minutes to change my engine, it's not possible. Okay? So let's the same. Okay. Sleep. Ah oui, il y a une question.
En fait, j'ai pas compris les mois de vécu.
Oui.
C'est-à-dire, on fait par exemple 10 mois de foot sport et 2 mois de foot. C'est genre.
Ouais, je peux faire 5 mois, 1 mois, 5 mois, 1 mois, ça serait idéal. Alors moi, je parle que des choses idéales pour les médecins. Hein, pour le médical, c'est clair que les entraîneurs ne sont pas toujours d'accord. Pour les fédérations ou les organisations, quand il y a une année compliquée comme là, où on doit vite mettre le championnat, you see at the Football Euro, there was a lot of injury because the guys was exhausted, the best of the world, but exhausted. So they have injuries. That's the problem, okay? But it's a special year. But, okay, the sommeil, Suzanne spoke about that. So we have to have a good sleep. It's the best. More than 8 hours is needed at your age. Maybe in the camp you have a lot of things to do before to sleep because you are working together, and I know that. But normally it's more than 80 hours, because less than 8 hours, it's a lot of injury, more injury. 60% more injury if you have not these 8 hours of sleep. So go to bed. No, it's not. C'est quoi les causes principales de fatigue, justement? On a parlé avant, quelques-unes. On a déjà dit quelques trucs, ouais. C'est quoi alors les causes pour le médecin? Qu'est-ce qu'il va demander? Oui?
Est-ce que vous restez debout devant votre écran?
Voilà, excellent, très bien. C'est une des causes principales. Le screen, hein, tablette. Ok. D'autres raisons? Oui? Studying. If you are a good program, a good organization, you don't need to study in the middle of the night. So, ok, d'autres raisons? Ok. Le sleep, le stress, ok. Si on a des soucis, et tous, on dort moins bien, on n'arrive pas à s'endormir, ok. Le scolaire, le social, si on a des soucis avec les copains, la copine, ok, c'est compliqué, la famille, les parents, s'il y a des problèmes. Les écrans, les screens, ça c'est très important. Nutrition, la nutrition est très importante aussi, on ne va pas en parler aujourd'hui parce qu'on n'a pas le temps, mais c'est un sujet très important pour pas être en fatigue. Pourquoi la nutrition? C'est juste de manger...
Ça perturbe le sommeil.
Ça perturbe le sommeil, pourquoi?
Mais si on mange trop gras le soir, on dort.
Ouais, peut-être, si on mange trop, on va digérer, on ne dort pas bien. C'est le carburant du corps, d'accord, ça c'est bien.
On a un manque, on peut avoir un manque d'énergie.
Ouais. Energy, ok, deficiency, ok. Mais tout le monde dit, ouais, il a une anemia, he's poor in iron. Some viral problems, or, yeah, that's not the most important causes. These one are the most important causes by use like you, okay? Well, perfect, because my next slide is, there is the REDS. REDS is relative energy deficiency in sports. So, c'est vraiment qu'on a un manque d'énergie par rapport à tout ce qu'on dépense. Hein? You are using a lot of energy, so you need to eat enough and good things. I don't want to go further in this section today because normally, okay, I want to go a little bit more with that. During the Youth Olympic Games, we made some safety clips. You can go, if you are in recovery time, you can go on this site and you can see what we made for you also. There is in English and subtitle in French, okay? I don't know if the...
And Saracho. Hello guys, look, this is Thibaut. He doesn't want to eat after training because he thinks that if he doesn't eat, he'll lose weight and skate faster. Wrong. This lack of energy, aka relative energy deficiency, or RED, in a young athlete like him can weaken his performance and result in harsh medical and mental consequences. You can't use your phone 18 hours straight and only recharge it for 5 minutes, right?
No.
Same goes for your body. When you're a teenager, you have a tremendous need for energy. So imagine if, while growing up, you exercise intensely. The need is bigger than tremendous. It's tremendosa. If you don't take in enough energy to cover your needs, a lack will pop out, diminishing your performance and your capacity for recovery. The consequences are a lot of consequences. Bad performances, muscular loss, which means less power, fatigue, less joie de vivre, and this medical issue is called relative energy deficiency in sports, by the way. A few sports are riskier than others, those with aesthetic or weight constraints and those involving endurance. Hi Sarah.
Hey! Hello!
The symptoms are the following.
Weight loss, impaired growth and development, repeated injuries, fatigue, depression, decreased performances, and of course, for girls, absent or irregular periods.
Go for regular checkups to monitor your growth and make sure your body is getting the energy it needs. You want to be faster than Flash? Well then, eat up! Want to know more? Talk to a sports medicine physician.
Donc ça on les a fait pour les... C'est bien ça fait parler, c'est bien. Mais vous les avez à la maison du sport, hein. Vous avez peut-être vu les affiches. Il vous suffit de faire les QR codes, il y en a une dizaine. Vous pouvez les regarder directement. Donc ça, c'était un des partenaires, c'était la maison du sport, justement, c'est pour ça que... Alors on parlait de... We spoke about overload, but overload could be Ausgeschlatter. It's an overload on the tendon insertion in the bone here. Okay. It could be a disbalance in the muscles. could be a problem. We spoke about stiffness. La raideur des groupes musculaires, if we have too much stiffness on the muscle, you will have too much load on the tendon, and an inflammation is coming with micro lesion like this side. Okay. Vous voulez dire un mot, Suzanne, sur ça? Non, plus tard. Ça peut passer. Je vous montre ces radios. I show you these images because you can see in the bone there is a part here, the black part is not the normal bone, it's a bone without blood. It could happen at your age with overload. It is an osteochondral lesion. It's part of your body. This part is the growth plate, the cartilage de croissance, who are growing for there is the femur, there is this side of the knee, you can see here. And this growth plate here and here in the tibia are making cells and cells to make you growth, okay? If you are pushing on this part of the bone every day too much, this side will be in overuse, like overtraining for the bone. So this part of the bone will collapse a little bit, okay? And if you let him recover, it will come back completely to the normal after, it's 12 months, why? Because it's a long time to see the healing on the MRI, it's an MRI, so it's an ERM. It's a long time to see that, but you can see from here to here, it's a complete healing. Doctors don't do anything, just your body heals with time to just to do it, okay? For me, it's very important to understand that, because if you're knee pain, it could be something like this, it could be muscular problem, but if it's we can look that at the beginning. It's not 12 months we need to control the problem, but maybe 3-4 months, okay? That's why we need to continuer. J'ai juste... Vous avez, bon, qui a déjà eu une commotion dans le... concussion? Ok, vous avez... Ok. Ok. And you totally recover? Oui. Quand c'était? Il y a longtemps? 2 ans, ok. Plus de symptômes? Ok.
Hast du eine Concussion? Wie lange?
Maximum 2 Wochen, aber das etwa 5 oder 6 Mal.
Ah, okay, 5 oder 6 Mal. Und jedes Mal 2 Wochen.
Ich habe einfach Pause gemacht.
Okay. Und jetzt ist das so.
Qu'est-ce que vous connaissez sur la commotion? What do you know about concussion? What are the important things? Oui?
It's when the brain hits the inner part of the skull.
It's a?
When the brain hits the inner part.
Yes, that's the definition, but okay, that's good. Could you have a concussion with a helmet on your head? In ski and on a bicycle? Does it protect your brain or not from a concussion to wear a helmet?
Think about Michael Schumacher.
Maybe?
Yeah.
So, what do you think? No? No, the helmet will protect you about a skull fracture or something like this, but not from concussion. Concussion is a shake of your brain in your skull, dans le crâne. Okay? D'autres choses, qu'est-ce qu'on fait quand on a une suspicion de commotion? What do we... Oui? Oui, mais avant, on est au bord du terrain, we are handball play, you hit the head of another one, you are a little bit groggy like this, what's the first step? Oui?
Like, if I saw light, it just hurted, and so I went in the dark and slept.
But what was the first things to do after a concussion?
Sleep, rest.
Rest, okay. Vous avez une réponse? Bon, je savais que tu nous avais raison. Ok, combien de temps? Qu'est-ce qui est conseillé? How much time?
1 month.
Sorry?
1 month.
1 month? No, it's too much.
Une semaine.
2 jours. Ok? 2 jours. Pourquoi? Because the symptoms are not coming, all the symptoms are not coming right after the confusion. Sometimes some can come the day before, a day after. So, qu'est-ce qu'on doit faire? You can rest, but be out of the game or out of the training for 2 days. It's an obligation. Ok. Et puis après, on recommence le sport. 2 jours après, on recommence l'entraînement. Petit à petit, step by step, ok? Right. Ok. La récupération est beaucoup plus longue chez les jeunes que chez les adultes, ok? Because your brain is changing, so it's longer to recover by you than by me. My whole brain. And step by step for the school first, or the study, and step by step for the sports also. Because the second hit, he is the problem. First hit will recover completely, okay, if you let time for. But the second hit could be a big problem with symptoms for a long time. Okay?
Safety clips for youth athletes. Get concussion out of your head. Starring Maëlys Rosin and Pat Bergener. This girl fell on her head a few hours ago. But she keeps training because she thinks it's okay. Maybe she thinks she's a superhero and nothing can stop her. Wrong. Concussions are frequent, underdiagnosed, and can be really bad. Like a sunstroke on holidays, but worse. If you took a violent shock to your head, you have to stop all activity and see a qualified professional. And don't mess with me, you need to rest. Here are a few tips for identifying concussions. Your brain hurts, not like Sudoku hurting, more like being hit by a lamppost hurting. You might feel a bit foggy, like written, for example. And some memory loss can occur, resulting in short memory deficiencies and nausea. If you've suffered a brain concussion, you need to rest for several days or weeks. As I said before, you're not like the woman. Pain can leave within a week or 2, but some athletes have to rest for weeks, even months, to fully recover, with the help of doctors. Once the symptoms are gone, you have to be careful about how you start training again, and make sure you follow the return to play protocol.
Hey Maëlys. So, there are a few preventive measures to avoid concussions. First, self-awareness. You need to be able to identify and explain your symptoms. Gears. If you have anything special like helmets or whatever, just wear it. If your sport involves falling, learn how to fall. And finally, respect the rules and be fair. Because you know, karma is also part of the game.
Take care of your head because there is a brain inside, and living without a functioning brain is kind of difficult.
That's great, keep up the hard work.
Woo! You want to know more? Talk to a sports medicine physician.
Okay, that's the same. I saw that it was there is protocol in handball also, not only in rugby or ice hockey. So you can go. There is the French medical commission for handball, but I don't find it for Swiss handball. But maybe it exists. I don't know. But you have all the explication here, and you can see the. So the talk today was to show you that you are not only an injury, but you are global people, and you need to be treated as a global people. Okay? And the big problems need an interdisciplinary team. That's why I came with Suzanne, who will speak with you, and we have a nutritionist, we have psychologists and a lot of different doctors to treat all these problems. And we need to make some health promotion in sports, and that's why we are doing that on a Saturday with Suzanne to come to see you too. And I really thanks the organization and especially David to organize that. I think it's very good feeling to see that your handball camp is very pushing on the health side for you, all of you. So I think it's very important. And at the CHUV we made. You can see if you go to our site, there is a lot of answer to your question about sport and health. Okay, and David asked us about musculation, about fitness. Is it good? Is it not good? At 16, it's easy to explain and to answer. That for 12, 14, Suzanne will maybe told you because I talk too much. About what is good. It is good to do, Suzanne, some fitness at 14, 15, 16. Is it important to do that under control?
At what age did you start strength training? Do you do some strength training?
C'est de la musculation, c'est de la musculation. Hein? À quel âge vous avez commencé?
Quel âge? 15?
Le renforcement, oui, on peut appeler ça de plusieurs manières.
Non, avec du poids.
Un élastique, c'est un peu en
Oui.
On fait pas.
Pas du tout.
Oui.
Moi j'ai commencé à
16 ans.
16 ans.
And did you train with sticks to learn the movement before that, when you were younger? No.
No.
So a lot of people believe it's bad to train, but it's necessary to train strength, even if you're a kid, because you won't gain muscle, but you will gain strength, and you will gain strength from your brain activation. So even with kids, you have to learn. When you're a kid, you need to learn how to squat with the bar, at the beginning with the stick, and then you have to learn the good movement. And you have to, before puberty, you won't gain a big volume in muscles because this comes with the testosterone, and that's why girls don't develop so much muscles because we don't have as much testosterone as the boys. And but before that, you need to train the strength because you need it to. Because when you jump, you have many times your body weight, and you need to be able to amortir, to absorb the shock. Okay, so you need to train the strength. So it's not bad, but you have to do it in a good way. Good quality of movement is the key. Okay. Do you have questions about weight training? Oui?
Est-ce que c'est vrai que ça arrête la croissance?
Non. La réponse très vite, non.
Non.